Good evening, social media, YouTube. Welcome to the inaugural episode of Destination Bars. I got the Mogul in here, and we got Solomon Grunge in here. What up, fellas?
What's good, man? Thanks for the invite. Thanks for having us, man.
Definitely. Thank you for dropping by. Y'all are the ribbon cutters of Destination Bars, the very first episode of a new podcast series.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it.
Hip hop interviews, all things hip hop.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. It's a pleasure to be here. Yep. How you doing, S? You know what I'm saying? My other brother, Solomon Grunge, the fucking legend. Extraordinary producer. A rapper producer. We in the building. We want some good questions, some tough questions, want some fun questions. This is the first episode of Destination Bars. Final destination has begun. Let's kill them.
Yes, sir.
We ready to get into it. But before anything, we here to talk about the joint album y'all did For Some Even Reason.
Oh yeah.
And before anything, we gotta throw that change up into it. Before anything, before I was created, we're gonna jump straight to that since that was the beginning. Before you was created, before any of this happened, that was a conversation with God you was having.
Yeah. Before I was created, it's definitely a deep song there to me. Solomon introduced that beat to me early on during the process, and I just naturally took it somewhere deep. I really believe this happened before I was created. I was standing right next to God, or should I say floating right next to God, and we was creating me, we was creating us, you know what I'm saying? He put, she put, they put, we put all that God inside of me. But it's really just being transparent about, your confidence, who you know you are, what you're gonna be when you grow up. I'm gonna be a rapper, I'm gonna be the best MC. And I was telling God to make edits and adjust different things so that I could be that great rapper. So yeah, before I was created, you really got to hear that song. It's deep. What's your take on that, Solomon?
Yeah, that was a dope song because out of all the years I've been doing this, I've never worked with the MC that touched on something like that. So when he first threw the idea at me, it felt a little gospel. And I was like, let me see where he's going with this. Let me see where he's going with it. And then when he laid it, it wasn't gospel. It was personal. It was introspective. It really laid to the beat well. And that's one of those beats that I'm sure he'll tell you the story. We had a session going through beats. I mean, hours. He's one of the few people that probably heard almost every beat I've ever made. We talked a lot of beats we went through. Very picky brother, but I love him for it.
You say you thought he went through a yay moment where he wanted to say Jesus is king.
Right? I was worried. I was worried. But he came with it. He came with it and it was right. And it was dope. And that beat, I got to give respects and shout outs to my boy DJ June, representing Stalk. That was one of the beats. That beat is probably, that beat's older than my kids. So that beat had to be like 09, 08. Me and him worked on that. He brought the sample. I chopped it up. I threw drums on it. And June, go check him out on Instagram at DJ June. He's a beast when it comes to samples and everything. But he's lacing me now.
Hey, shout out to DJ June for a native, man. That's a dope brother. He got some fire beats. You know what I'm saying? He hungry, he ready, you know what I'm saying? I've been chopping it up with him, So yeah, that's dope, man. Salute to you, Solomon, for y'all doing that collab and putting it together. But yeah, before I was created, man, it's just one of them songs you guys gotta hear. I didn't know that, Solomon. I'm happy we found out some new stuff about, the project on this podcast, which is really dope, by the way, So yeah.
Yeah, that's what we here for, Destination Bars. Teaching you stuff you didn't know about each other, and y'all was in the lab.
Right?
Last time.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. Now after the creation, you get to the album. You get back to the album for some even reason. What made y'all come up with that title? Was that would y'all collab with the name for the title or for the album, or who came up
That
with
was
it?
all Mogul. I got to give that. That was for some even reason. That was all Mogul.
And I'm gonna give it to him. He come up with some unique ass titles, man.
Yeah, you do.
He be in the lab brainstorming
Man, thank you.
these titles.
Oh yeah. It come from me being positively illiterate. Looking at things in the mirror, from a mirror perspective. But even not so deep, it's just simple complexity sometimes. Just give them. I'll be trying to come up with titles where I could have have a range to be able to talk about a lot of stuff. Unless I purposely make it an album where it's about one thing, a theme. With albums like you're gonna get one of the coldest producers, not just from Chicago, from the Midwest, one of the coldest producers in the land of the lands. You gotta give yourself, range to talk about everything. So for some even reason, it's definitely a spark off, for some odd reason. We've been hearing that all our life. For some odd reason, he slapped the shit out of his wife, and all she did was smile at the pastor. That's all she did was smile at the
This
pastor.
dude. That's his analogy.
but it's like for some even reason, you know what I'm saying? She slapped her back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you saying the odd is the odd is the before the. You said the action and the reaction.
The action and the reaction.
You said for some even reason is the reaction.
Yeah, but no,
the consequence to the reaction.
I mean, yeah, you can play that title every way you want to take it, but really the real reason is for some even reason I still want to do hip hop. I still want to do this boom bap hip hop shit. That's what the real title is. For some even reason, I got to do hip hop, even though, like I said before I was created, I want to do club bangers, 3-6 Mafia type of songs, ratchet shit, all that. Oh yeah, I want to do that. Oh, I want to be famous. No, for some even reason, this is what I'm poised in. This is where the highest, you know what I'm saying? Like effortless, right. I'm gonna really lock in. It's like whatever I got going on, I got to do this to survive as a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Now, to segue off of that, you just said about the boom bap scene.
Mm-hmm.
And in Chicago, y'all know the org. I'm gonna just do a pop quiz here. Y'all know who the first rapper was out of Chicago?
First rapper.
Like back to that. This go back to the late 80s.
Late 80s?
You can say Mr. Lee, maybe?
I had to look this shit up. The genre was hip house because house music and had branched off into hip hop. It was a rapper named Fast Eddie that was doing house music. He was a rapper producer. Then they had another dude like in 1990, like really took off with it in the hip house scene called Vitamin C. A song called
I know Vitamin C, yeah.
They called the Chicago Way.
Man, I'm learning something. Man, preach the gospel.
So
Amen.
Yes, yeah. The reason I brought that up because Chicago always had a different style with rap, and then of course in the '90s you got into the choppers, the Twisters, and Do or Dies, and Crucial Conflict.
Common.
Yeah, Common. Common was probably the first mainstream Chicago rapper to really do the boom bap. You feel like it's been a lack of boom bap in Chicago? With that being said, how Chicago originated with its rap style, being more house music, came from house music, more than the traditional. like I mean in the 80s what New York was with it.
Right. I mean, New York set the tone in the 80s. You know, everybody was following that trend at that point. Everybody like that was what hip hop was. And if you were making hip hop, it sounded like that. I think, you know, I saw it starting to bloom off into something else towards the late 80s. You started seeing MC Hammer, you start seeing NWA, you start seeing it go to a little different ways. And every area had their own sound. But yeah, Chicago's always, and just the Midwest period, always had its own little niche when it comes to hip hop. And I always tell, you know, anybody in my circle, I always tell you, I say some of the best music to me for hip hop always comes out of the Midwest area. There's nothing like the sound. And what we push on this album pushes hard on that sound. It's that mixture of that soul sample, that what a lot of people these days call retro, what is just what I do, but it's retro. And then you got that boom bap, plus you got that very introspective, you know, music. So it's not just somebody doing braggadocious. Although Mogul can kill that, he touches on so many topics, especially with the interludes. And that's not something you really get in a lot of boom bap hip hop these days, or even back then.
Yeah, you know, yeah, the hip hop, they in Chicago, it started really rising in 2012 with the drill rappers and stuff, and then it died down. But then you seen like everybody, a lot of rappers fell on the wayside, but the rappers that stayed relevant, they still kind of relevant to this day, kind of. But you know, you always got the strong rappers like True Indeed, you know, Smoke Brown, the Mogul, you know,
LAZ.
LAZ. You always got the relevance. You know, I don't know about Kanye West, a little darker. You know,
I don't know. He might be a Wyoming rapper now, man. That's a Wyoming dude. Yeah, I don't know. You know, respect him with the original Kanye. If you go back to that, we could talk. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have anything in common with those guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, Chicago hip hop still dope. Like Solomon said, everybody being in the middle. But let's not forget about psychodrama, you know. But I also learned a valuable lesson from psychodrama. Watch what you say in your raps, because it will come to fruition if you really believe in what you're saying. And what they used to say all the time was that they was too much for the industry. And it was so, they really believed that till it came into fruition where they was just too much for the industry and they just never could get over that hump. So, you know, I go different levels of what I'm saying, but you can't manipulate God and universe or what you really saying with the power of the tongue. So for some, you know, so that's how it go. But you know, locking in with Solomon, man, it brought a different cadence out of me. It brought a different you know, I found different pockets to rap in. You know, I was challenged, you know, to do interludes and skits. Man, Solomon don't get along all the time. You know, you want to know, and this is real positive. Why the album is so good now, because we so much alike in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? But we grown to get along. We grown to work with each other. And but one thing you could never take away from us was our chemistry. From day one, he had, I don't know if it was from day one, but at an early time when I came, you know, he let me come to his home, to his studio. He had me on his board. He had the vision already lined up. You know what I'm saying? And both our visions was just so, it just matched naturally. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's about.
Yeah, I've always believed in him from when I met him, man. He's always killed it as an MC. He's always brought it. You know, he'll tell you from the day we started working on this album, anytime I can get him on a project, I was reaching out to him on a project. You know, history lessons. Worked with him to get on the LAZ album. I was always pushing, like, we gotta get Mogul on this. Oh, we got to feature it. Let's get Mogul on this, because Mogul brings something that nobody else brings to the table.
Nah, I appreciate that. Solomon is a good leader, man. He's a really good leader.
And
he showed he
I know leader.
He humble, but you know, he's a leader, man. You know, we all take turns on leadership. But you know, respect gotta be respect due. You know what I'm saying? It was something good for me as the mogul to fall under some type of, you know, guidance and leadership, because I've been doing everything for my whole career. So I wanted to, you know, humble myself and get up under a different angle of leadership so I could bring more peace and more power out of my rhymes. You know what I'm saying? I was wearing too many hats, making beats, directing, all type of shit. I just wanted to have fun and be a rapper. So I just went with the flow, and it worked all the way from the skits. I didn't want to do no skits, you know what I'm saying? But I'm happy I did. This is my first album I got interludes and skit song, bro. And people be saying that some of the skits be their favorite songs because it's something that's talking to their soul, man. It's a personal album if you really listen to it.
Definitely is, man. It's a deep album. Going into the next question is I'm gonna ask this question to Solomon. How did y'all first link up?
Got to give props up to G Flex and Reese T, Nutty Pack.
Yeah.
For those that know, Nutty Pack's one of the premier underground Chicago hip hop groups from back in the 90s. I've known them. I've known Flex and them 92 when Redman's album first came out, right around that time. So I've known them forever. And I don't know, I'm going to say 3-4 years ago, Flex and Reese, I don't really let too many people into my spot. Flex and Reese was coming through and they were like, you got to be my guy, Mogul. So they rolled out the carpet and I was like, all right, bring him through. And he started spitting. And once I heard what he was doing, I was like, all right, we working. And from that point, if you check me out now, I got history lessons out in the world. He's got 2 joints on there. That was the beginning of it. And one of the songs on there is called For Some Even Reason, which helped initiate to where we are now with the album. And that was the point. Once I heard him dropping, I was like, I got to get you on this project. And then we got to start working. Because anybody that's worked with me, they'll know once I click in with you, I'm like, all right, what we doing next? Where's the album? Here's the beats. What we doing? I'm coming over to record. And that's just how it just started going from there. So I'd have these sessions because my studio's mobile. I got everything. I just throw in a backpack and set up wherever we go. So every month we'd have these sessions and it would be anywhere between 4 to 7 people recording. And Mogul was always at those sessions. And regardless, everybody killed. Mogul was hungry. You always see Mogul ready. I got this verse. Let's go. And I'm like, all right, let's run. Next thing you know, we got an album building. And we just started forming all these sessions into this dope album. And it just became organic how it grew.
Man, that's beautifully said, man. We had a friendship for 4 years. That's my brother, my friend. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, man, and a lot of growth. Our bond is unbreakable. We got a strong bond, man. We don't even have to talk. We could just click mentally and already be kind of thinking the same thing sometimes. It's really poetic, man.
He said that. He said that Shaq and Kobe in But first off, we can't just fast forward what Solomon said. Like he said, he got the mobile studio out here moving through here with heat like the taco truck. He said he moving with the mobile studio, going wherever you need him to be.
Man. I'm gonna take that.
That's what's up right there.
Solomon put that work in, man. You know what I'm saying? They're okay, man. All I know, if you're gonna work with Solomon, man, you gotta be into it, because he's not gonna play around. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no nah. Like for real.
Yeah.
For real.
You said if
you know how I do it. It's business. It's to me, I treat it like a job. Take my breaks, I take my lunch. When I'm not doing that, I'm working. We're working. Remember, right before COVID hit, we had a 24-hour session in the city. My man KO set up his spot, and we went from morning to morning. I think I got 3 hours sleep. Yeah, KO. Keep an eye out for the C. KO and Solomon Grunge coming sooner than later. But yeah, we had a 24-hour session at his spot and just went in and cats were coming in, leaving. Mogul came back and left like 2 or 3 times. Cats came through with donuts. It was a whole thing, man. We was loving it. Food, whole 9 yards.
So I bought a elephant statue off the streets and brought it back and shit. That's how, you know what
You
I'm
say
saying?
you went to the African festival in between the section.
Came back
Yeah,
with
man.
beads and a beef pie.
He said he went to Washington Park and came back.
Went to Washington Park. Man, it's you be in a different world, man. You know, everybody. It's just good energy, good vibes. It's unfriendly competition. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's building character. It really help you learn things from it. Everybody bringing something to the table. That's all. And that's how that. Wait, what else you got, S?
Definitely feel you on that, man. Now the rapper, the producer, the rapper. That's segueing into the next question. Mogul, what made you want to become a rapper in the beginning?
All right, y'all know how I am. Well, I wanted to become a rapper because I wanted to, take the spotlight off of me being overweight. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to show some skills so you wouldn't pay attention to my insecurities. That's deep, ain't it?
That's dope. That's dope.
That's really a percentage of why I became a rapper later on when I found out. But to answer your question, seriously, on a more serious note, it was just naturally in me. I've been writing poems I've been rapping since I was 6, 7 years old. I wrote a poem for this girl in first grade, how I wanted to have sex with her on the beach. You know what I'm saying?
He said first grade there.
First grade, like bars. I bars her ass out.
Wow.
Real.
On the beach.
Yeah, like I've been my father is a poet. You know, he do arts and crafts and all that. And I don't know, maybe my whole family is musical. So all my older cousins was always rapping. But the thing that really, they didn't used to let me rap though. I was the one they didn't let get on the mic because I was the youngest. You see what I'm saying? So that made me more hungry. I didn't take it super personal. I just was like, damn, I got to get on this mic. And we all used to just freestyle. To this day, my whole family rap, my aunties rap. So I was around bars my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I got freestyles when I was 7 years old on tape from New Jersey and shit like that. And yeah, that
I need to hear that.
He said he was rapping. He said he was rapping in New Jersey at 7 years old.
7 years old. So
sex on the beach.
It just felt good. It just felt good. It was just naturally in me. So that's why I became a rapper, because it felt good. I liked it. It was something that I felt like I belonged to. You know what I'm saying? All my family, I had other people just thought I was supposed to play sports because I was a husky guy. I'm like, stocky, strong, little chubby, whatever. Put them in football. I didn't like sports. I don't like football, bro. I like footbars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to, that's what I found my niche in. So I just never stopped. It was one of them things where normally somebody would stop. I just never stopped. So when you get to that song, we can talk about that. But you know what I'm saying, Solomon.
No, I feel you. No. I still need to hear the verses from New Jersey when you're 7. I need to put them over some beats.
I don't know, man. My cousin, I don't think they got that no more, man. She's all the way in Oklahoma right now. Yep. I had to call her and see what's up with that. I think, but they remember the rap. So if I get them on, record them saying the rap, that's the least I could do.
So we need them lost New Jersey tapes.
Right.
You got them. And going into the next part of that, the producer, Solomon, what made you want to become a producer in the beginning?
To be honest, it was out of need. So by trade, I'm an MC. I started rapping back when I was like 13, 14, and I'm an older cat. So we talking about late 80s when I was doing it. So, I was in middle school, kicking bars, recording them on little tapes, drawing the covers and handing them out to people at school. That's where I started. So, I was an MC for years before I became anything close to production, but trying to get beats was horrible. Like trying to get cats that I knew that did beats to do beats for me. Nah, it wasn't happening. So I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna learn how to do it. I'm gonna teach myself how to do it. So me and my cousin Lazy, we started with the ASR 10. And this was like mid 90s, and we went from there into now where we both got machines, native instrument joints, and it's been, 20 plus years of doing it that way. So that's just where I started. And I kind of fell away from the MC thing after, a little before my kid was born. I got a 10-year-old, shout out Miles. Before my kid was born, I kind of took a break from the music. I was like, I've been doing this for a grip. I done moved out east. I came back here. I was like, I'm gonna lay low for a little bit, do my whole kid thing. And then I got back into it after he got a little older, and I was like, I don't really want to rap right now. Might get back into it. I'm still the best rapper you never heard, but right now I'm just the best producer you are here. So that's where I'm going with it right now.
Going to tell him you seen that first production check and was like, I think I'm gonna do this.
It is more lucrative. I will say that for sure.
He said, "You gonna pay me how much for a beat?"
I tell you this, like, every 3 years, every 4 years, Solomon spit. Every 4 years, he spit one time. You gotta be around him. I only heard
say Solomon like the Olympics. You said every 4 years he gonna give your ass a whole 16, or he gonna give you a few tracks every 4 years.
He spit some fire at Lazy Crib. Shout out to Lazy, another dope producer of rap. He spit at Lazy Crib. And I was like, what the? I'm like, man, nigga, you need to put this beat machine down real quick and pick this. He cold, man. He's very talented.
You say he hit you like Master Splinter. People just be wondering because they ain't never they forgot if Master Splinter could whoop their ass. Then Master Splinter come whoop all the Ninja Turtles asses. And shit.
I'm loving this. I'm gonna take some of this stuff you say, man. I'm gonna put this over some tracks.
Yeah,
tell them that's Solomon, aka Master Splinter.
That's the Olympic guy,
right?
AKA Mr. Olympic, aka Master Splinter,
AKA
right.
Presidential elector terms. Every 4 years, rapping and shit.
Start calling myself triathlon in this bitch. Go ahead.
You got it.
Triathlon. Rapper, producer, rapper. Before you move on, I rapper, producer. I did something like that on a tape. But it was like real short, and it just stuck with me. I did that shit probably like maybe 10 years ago. Now you learning something you don't know, Solid. Maybe
I was gonna say that's new.
Maybe about 20 years ago, like at least, probably like 17, 18 years ago. I was on tape with my cousin, Infrared, and I was doing beats. He was rapping, but I was rapping too, and I was like, rap. And I think I still got that tape, Solomon. I still got that.
I need to hear all these old lost tapes you got holding on over there, Nas. Let me get these lost sessions.
I got the lost tapes in my book of rhymes. I got you. But yeah, man, that's how we do, man. We just be putting that thing together.
Yeah, and I will say one thing before we jump to is on the interludes, what we use is probably about maybe half of what we have. I mean, we got so much stuff. Like we would just sit there and chop it up at my studio when recorded, and just let it play. And we got so much stuff. There's stuff that I'm using on a new project I got coming out at the end of the year. We got stuff that we just put to the side. We was like, after we listened to it, it's like, nah, we don't want to put that out there. We're gonna leave this over here into the. But we got so much stuff going on.
Man, Solomon would record a dog sleeping, he wouldn't know. I'm trying to tell you.
And make a beat out of it.
Talking in his sleep. I'm trying to tell you. You wouldn't know he recorded. But that's what makes it so magical,
You say he got Scooby and Lassie doing the album, and then gonna make the shit. He gonna make the shit hot.
Right.
Now, man, that's a good segue into the next thing. You say y'all was just record, just doing tracks, just experimenting in the lab. Did this project come about like? Was it planned or did it just happen because y'all say like, man, we done did all these tracks, we might as well do an album out of this?
I want to say it's a little of both. Like we started talking about let's do an album, and he came through, like I said earlier, he came through and just picked a bunch of beats, but we didn't really know what the album was going to be at that point. So it was kind of like we had an idea to make an album, but we didn't have, for some even reason, or for some odd reason, we didn't have none of that. Like that was him walking into this, and I got to give props up to Mogul. Mogul, he that dude in the corner always thinking, and he builds on this stuff. And next thing you know, he's got a master plan while you still over there on step 1 and 2.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. That's what's up. Yeah, it was both. It was both, man. If that makes sense. We just had a title, and man, thank God Solomon had a lot of patience for letting me go through all the beats, because I'm a real producer fanatic. Like, I really is like infatuated with producers and just beats. You know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So I was just going through all the beats. I want to hear every door open. For the beat. I ain't want to miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? So thank God he had the patience, but it just came together, and it just ironically, just to throw a little commercial break, just like how he said for some even reason was on his history lessons. Y'all should check out history lessons, by the way. I had a song, and then we ended up having an album. So that's the same thing with Mike Gods on For Some Even Reason. We did it. It was started. The name was originally Boom Bap, and then I changed it to Mike Gods, and then that ended up being me and Reese. Shout out to Reese, the legend, my man's, my mentor, my big bro. We did a whole album. That's our name, Mike Gods. And Solomon, he got you got 5 cuts on that one too?
Yeah, I got the majority. I went hard on that one.
Yeah, man, very creative. Not trying to talk for him, but he made the cover for Some Even Reason, the cover for, Mike Guys, just all around the board, man. I mean, it's just like you a kid in a candy store. Somebody helping you out,
Yeah, Mike Guys was definitely a dope project. Shout out to both of y'all on that, and Reese T. Shout out to Reese T, the dope MC.
Yeah,
y'all did your thing on that one.
Reese T
and G Flex, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what else you got, S?
Now with the it's on those 2 projects, it was a lot of organic production. Like you could tell, like the production. Solomon really put a lot into the production on both projects. And I could tell you were definitely a student of the game when it comes to production. It had a lot of different vibes in it. I could tell you studied a lot of the Ninth Wonders, DJ Premiers, Alchemists, all the hip hop, all the boom bap producers that really took it to the next level. And
yeah, I got to say, when it comes to production, I'm a kid of. I was born in the 70s. I was raised in the 80s, and I grew up in the 90s. So that right there set me up to who I am now. For production, like I had when you're recording on a 4-track cassette tape and using an ASR10 keyboard that gives you about 12 seconds of sampling time, and you got to make it dope. You work hard. So then when you take that and you bring it into what's now available, like now I got like 20 minutes of sampling time, however much my computer holds. I got Logic, I got all this stuff. So it's like a playground. I just get to jump into it, and everything that I learned from back then, you know what they say, it takes 10,000 hours to be an expert. And at this point, I think I'm at 20,000 hours.
100,000 hours from the 70s to 2021.
He
a lot of hours.
He done dug through a truckload of crates of records.
You took that right. You took that narrative right out of my head, man. I don't know what milk carton crates be in the alley that he found these damn samples. Man, like the lost member digging in the crates.
Yeah, he was ready to whoop somebody's ass if they took one of his crates and made a basketball goal out of that motherfucker. He said, don't cut a hole in the bottom of my crates. I'm using these for records.
No, for real, man.
Right.
Yeah.
With that being said, about how many records do you think you own? I know at this point you probably lost count.
I'll be honest, it's easy to count. I could say about 40 records. For the simple fact, remember I talked about that span where I broke down and I took a time from hip hop. I took started my family, had my kid.
Yeah.
During that time, I digitized my records. So I took all my records, turned them digital. So I used to live in Boston, and you can ask my old roommates. Shout out to Automatic Champion, shout out to FEMA 7. You can ask them. We moved every year in Boston, and them cats had to carry my crates every year we moved. And because they both MCs, they weren't gonna not carry the crates because they need the beats from the producer. So we're talking about 20 to 30 crates full of records. And when I finally moved from Boston with 20 to 30, by that time it was like 40 crates of records. I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I just went through and digitized every single record. And now I have everything on like 20 hard drives that backups for backups.
You see what kind of guy I'm working with, man. It's like you really can't play around with somebody digitalized 40 crates of records, man. Come on, man.
Now, yeah.
Respect.
Now y'all MCs hit it, man. If you fuck walking to Brooklyn for some cheesecake, if y'all want some tracks from Solomon, y'all got to carry his crates from one side of Boston to the other side of Boston.
From Mattapan to Cambridge.
y'all got to carry his crates from Cambridge to Gillette Stadium or some shit.
Right. We don't do cheesecake. We do crates.
We do cheese crates, nigga.
Yeah, that shit was cheesy.
Shots fired.
I love you, fam. I had to.
Shots fired. Oh man.
Oh, man, we'll talk about this in one of our next songs, man.
Oh. Man,
that's good.
I heard you mention the Automatic Champion as a dope MC on the project. Could you as far as the MCs you done worked with Solomon, can you see yourself doing a second version of Unfriendly Competition with one of them?
That's a good ass
he went a whole nother way with it.
Ask that question one more time. That's a good question.
I said, with the MCs you work with Solomon, can you see yourself doing a different version of Unfriendly Competition? Unfriendly Competition 2, but it's not one of them.
Hey, Solomon, I like this guy, man.
I like it.
Hey, let me tell you, man.
Here at Gallery, we do the damn thing. We
man, you very prepared.
Right?
Automatic Champion, respect to him. You listen to the album, I got a whole segue about him. So he would be the perfect person to do an Unfriendly Competition Part 2 with. You know what I'm saying? The perfect person, because like he really gonna bring it out of you, especially you know what I'm saying? Like him being a white boy on top of that, that's dope the way he is. You know what I'm saying? Just the hip hop. This is just the hip hop footsteps that be in front of you when you're looking at that whole stigma. But he surpassed that stigma. He surpassed that. So yeah, like he had me on my toes, man, for real. I did one with Reese. Reese was challenging. Reese was not letting up. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Like he wasn't gonna never let up. Especially it's Daniel's son, Mr. Miyagi. I met Reese when I was 15 years old. He showed me so much to talk. So it's like I came up and I'm ready now. So with Automatic Champion, you talking about somebody I never met before, but I talked to for probably 10 years. You know what I'm saying? On and off on the phone about battle raps, everything. So yeah, man, that's a good question. That probably could happen. Secondly, I was talking to Solomon on some personal stuff about doing something made with Automatic Champion called Blood, Sweat, and Beers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, hey,
they some drinkers.
Yeah, Blood, Sweat, and Beers. So hey, you never know, man. Anything can line up. But you can break down Auto a little bit. That's Solomon. Solomon came up with him, man.
Yeah, no. Me and Otto, we go back to early 90s easily. We were roommates in Boston for years. We know each other's families in and out. I mean, it's just, that's my brother from another mother. And he's anybody that knows him, he's one of the top tier MCs you will ever meet. And I don't care who you're talking about, he will hold with anybody, his pen is flawless. And just to segue, throw a little punch out there. I got an album, Auto Champ and Solomon Grunge. It's out everywhere. You can go check that stuff out now. Got production for DJ June and from LAZ on there, but mainly from your boy Solomon Grunge. I showed off on it. But it's him working with Mogul, that album be ridiculous. Who's going to run production on that one. I'm also working with him and my guy Twig G to try to get a reggae album together, because your boy Auto Champ can get some reggae popping. And we ain't going to talk about Twig G. That's a whole nother, the circle is just so big, so crazy.
See, he got secret weapons he not finna talk about with you.
Twig G, man. Twig G, voice, bars, elegance. You know what I'm saying? This is delivery of his persona, man. His vibration. If he lets you in his crib, bro, you're going to come out hip-hop baptized.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, like, the vibe, you can't even, his crib won't even let you walk in there with a nigga. But
and Mogul will tell you too, for sure, a really big thing about what we do, anybody that gets involved with whatever we do, and it's a pretty tight-knit circle, energy's got to be paramount to anything. You could be the dopest MC, you could be the dopest producer, whatever, you got the hookup, whatever. But if you come in there, we've had some really dope MCs walk into there with their head on their shoulders a little different. And we had to say, you know what, this ain't working really. And move on, just as that'll turn everything. We at this point, we all grown men with families and jobs. We don't got time for that stuff right here. So that's very big.
So he cut the mic off mid session.
Hit that pause on, like, I'm good.
And one more other thing that I'm thinking about, I threw a shot at Automatic Champion on the Unfriendly Competition album too. So he definitely got to. And then Reach picked it back up, like, don't call me when Boom that's Automatic Champion dish you. You know what I'm saying? So I always start the whole album off with that line, and then he could just come in dish me, and then and you see how I'm just coming up with this shit, and it'll really happen like that. So let me stop.
Right.
Solomon don't play. We don't play, and we'll be fucking around, be locking in on something.
So he's setting the project up now. He finna get him on the phone.
Yeah, shout out to the champ, man. But yeah, Twig too, and everybody that's in that's in anointeds with us on this hip hop shit, man. Got to match up, man. Your vibration got to match up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch on some of my favorite tracks off of the album. Was Why Not Me, I Got Kids, Bar Intake, and Before I Was Created.
I appreciate that, man. You want to take the floor on Why Not Me? Solomon?
Yeah, Why Not Me? Why Not Me was funny because Why Not Me, people that have heard it, it's two different beats. And it was initially I submitted that to him as two separate tracks, and he was like loving them, but they were kind of short. He was trying to make them longer. We were talking about different things, and we worked together and said, hey, let's put these together. Let's get this transition. Because that's something, me growing up, that was a thing you'd hear in the 90s. One beat would start one way, and then before the track would end, it would go to a whole nother vibe. And so I've always had that in my head, like something I'd love to do. And so Mogul gave me the ability to kind of go in there, and own that part of it. And I built the beat out that way and sent it to him after we talked, and he wrote to it like that. And he didn't just write to it. He built something. So Why Not Me is one of my favorite songs. I'll tell you, my two favorite songs on this, Why Not Me and Mike Gods. I mean, I love the whole album, but those are the two standouts for me. Why Not Me, that I love that part where it stops and it slows down the first part. He's like, let me get my walker. Let me get my notepad. And then it just kicks back into it. That's my shit right there. And it's just that feeling and that flavor. You get that from the album from beginning to end with Mogul. My beats are dope. but they would just be a beat album without him putting that energy and that emotion and, you know, that feeling on it, and what makes it what you hear. So yeah, Why Not Me is a big one for me.
Yeah, and I'll be quick with Why Not Me. Solomon nailed it. You know what I'm saying? I got the chills just hearing him talking about it. Like, I remember telling my girl, like, yo, I'm gonna have to dig in deep with this one. You know what I'm saying? So, if I don't answer my phone, just it's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I gotta dig. I had to dig, man. I dug in, man. It's emotional, man. It's hard to be vulnerable and tell the world, like, why not me? You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to, you know, transform it into something great. Like, you know, this is just what it is. It don't matter if it's me or not. I'm gonna do this shit on my deathbed. I'm trying to tell you, when I'm in Hobson's, I'm gonna be in hip Hobson's, okay? and I'm gonna be spitting bars while the nurse is coming in with the towel, with the motherfucking water on the towel, trying to moisten my tongue and put some more on there.
Say doing the first retirement reps.
Gotta get one last bow before I die.
The first retirement reps.
Hey, Why Not Me is so dear. But you know what, bro? Ashton, Solomon, that's from me getting the consensus from everybody. Like, real talk, that's like everybody's favorite song on the album.
And I always remember when we were starting this album, that was one of the first 5. And so when we'd have these sessions, you know, we usually start our sessions playing some of the music everybody's working on, kind of get in tune with what everybody's been doing. And that would be one of the songs I would put that out there. Because I usually record the session, so I have everybody's stuff. So I play that for Mogul, you know, kind of let everybody hear what he's in on. And Muggs would lose it. It was just always the one that always got people kicking like, whoa. You know, and it was the beat change, it was the vocals, it was the verses, it was the style, it was everything. It just killed.
It was perfect, man. And that bass, it just makes me think I'm in the basement with. I told Solomon this before. I'm in the basement with Biggie, and they doing that damn demo. I just hear that bass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
This the fucking, and then the switch up part, it go, man. Come on, man. Then the other switch up part when we talk about the styles, you know, from Gangsta 3-6, man. You know,
good shit all around.
That's 3-6 was another. That was another group in the '90s that did a lot of beat switching up too.
Oh yeah,
yep.
And that should have just hit you over
DJ
the head.
Paul, respect.
Yeah, you think that shit was over. It'd be time to get back up and finish tearing the club up. Shit went up.
Yeah, man. And real quick on the other 3 you said, we talked about before I was created. What's the other 2 you said? Bar intake.
Bar intake, and before I was created. And I got kids.
Okay, I got kids. We touched on the other ones already, so I got kids. Man, Solomon once again caught me at another vulnerable time. I had just had my kids, you know, getting adjusted and acclimated into fatherhood, and you know, just riding around with, you know, literally real shit, 2 car seats in the back seat to this day. They still babies. I still got babies. I still got kids.
You say you take them seats out the car, be an indentation like a motherfucker on them seats. Indentation ain't going nowhere.
It's indented planted in the back seat. Shit.
I know too, that indentation, my son car seat will never leave. The indentation gonna be in there forever.
Right.
Say you gonna have to sit in your indentation when you get big, too big for that car seat. You sitting in that indented.
And I got French fries. Not only I got kids, I got French fries in the back seat. I got cookies. I got, you know what I'm saying, Lunchables. Like, and my forearms are super strong because if you have one kid, you know, you carrying it with your baby mama. Like, yeah, I'm the daddy. You know,
right?
Doing that with 2 different babies simultaneously.
You double barrel.
And nigga, I'm strong like a fucking gargoyle, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. Like, but yeah, just to touch on I Got Kids, man. A lot of people like that song too. It's a fun song. Really gotta listen to the lyrics. Motherfuckers going crazy. And the beat, I'll let Solomon take that part away.
That was a good one. He the whole "I Got Kids" thing. I mean, it's classic Mogul. Mogul with the verses. I'm gonna say this. Him and LAZ got a song over a beat I did called "Absence." Whew. When Mogul gets in his lane, it's just crazy. So, and this is one of those songs where he got in his lane. He turned like being a dad. And he ain't the first rapper to talk about being a dad. I mean, Ed O.G., there's other rappers that, but he did it in a way nobody else has ever done. He's I got kids. And yeah, I got these seats back here. I could be doing this, but I got kids. Could be doing that, but I got kids. And the beat kicked off. Talking about G Flex again, respect G Flex and Green Hornet, Nutty Pack. When we were at G Flex's spot, doing a session. It's when I first met my boy KO, the C, coming soon, Solomon Grunge. We were doing a session. I was playing some beats, and that beat came up. And there was some young brothers over there, some good little young brothers over there spitting. And I played the beat, and everybody started trying to, I had the mic set up. Everybody started rapping and freestyling. And Mogul came and slid up to me out of the side. He said, "Hey, don't get that beat to nobody. You get a chance." And everybody over there just rapping and dropping on it, and it's recording, they freestyling. He's like, "Let me do what they're doing. Just let me get that beat." I was like, "All right, let's see what you get." So, I'm like, let me give him a trial run. So I sent it to him. He had to leave early. So he broke out. I'm there for a couple more hours, still doing it. I jet. It's about an hour away, for me to get home. On my way home, he called me like, "I just about finished that song, man." And he kicking the verse to me. He left.
So he did
beat. He owned it. So I couldn't do nothing else with it, man.
So he did one of those. Went back when you were in the club. All the dudes buying that one female drinks, and you already talked to her before them, and she already
right.
She already ready to leave with you, but she's still getting drinks from them. That's what he did with that beat. Let them rap over the beat when he already had it.
Right. He already got his number in her purse, and he like, "That's all right. Go ahead and do your thing."
I put the number and the condoms in her purse. I heard that beat. That beat in 653. Them, me and Sai, we talk about our project all the time. We love our project like it's our kid. Right. But those two beats, bro, man, I fell in love with the beats, bro.
Instant writing on both of those, yeah.
Instant writing.
And I got kids. So one thing, and I'm just gonna lean into this real quick, be a second, but so the same way I started making beats, because I wasn't gonna pay anybody to give me beats, and trying to get beats was hard. It's the same way I became an engineer. Like trying to get somebody to record for me, make it sound the way I wanted, and not having to pay the arm and leg, I just couldn't do that. So I started teaching myself how to record. Mogul was gracious enough to work with me through the process as I was teaching myself through this. So when we first did I Got Kids, the recording did not sound that good. I had to hammer at that thing. This album, we've been working on this album for like almost 2 years before it came out, and that was one of the first ones. It took until the very end. I become a better engineer at that point. And I remember it was one of those turning points for me, an engineer. I sent him the last mix that you hear on the album. And he called me and he was like, "Man, you did it. I wasn't sure you were going to do it. I didn't know, but you did it. And it sounds good. Thank you, Solomon." And I was, yeah. I was feeling myself. So it's always one of those songs that stick with me as an engineer, because I really jumped that level.
You say he was walking around the house that whole day doing the Tiger Woods uppercut,
right?
Celebration uppercut. Like we did it.
Yeah. Hey man, he nailed it at the end. That shit was dope, bro. Like it definitely was.
Oh, what was that? What I say to that? Yeah, the other one was bar intake. I think you touched on the other one.
Oh yeah, with the Auto Champ. I'm gonna leave that one all to you, Mogul. You spoke on it at the end, so I know you got it. But I'm gonna walk away from that one. I just say it was a dope song.
I want to walk away from it too. It's I mean, let's just address the fucking elephant in the room, okay? I talked about you on this album, S Squire, Extravagant.
Oh, you said
You know?
who is that? I rap from time to time.
This is the reason why I got the hoodie on my head like this. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm a calculated guy naturally.
He
So
said,
so let's just do this little time stamp. Me and S, we best friends. And he was on my first mixtape. Money is the root of all good. Money is the root of all good. And I rapped on all the money beat, all the songs that was about money in the industry. And me and S did a song to Cream. We did a song to Cream. And like I said on the album, man, it was, it's hard to kill me on a song. But I had some young cats, that I was cool with at the time. They told me, they said, man, he got you on that. And I couldn't believe it because I'm like, I'm a rapper. I'm at this point in my career, I'm very narcissistic. I'm like, ain't nobody fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have put S on the song if I knew he could hit me. You see what I'm saying? But they told me, like I said on the album, for some reason, they told me in my face, hey, he got you. You did your thing, but he got you. So I went back and listened to him. I'm like, man, how did he get? I'm like, man, I got a line on there like, I take you down, spread the heater, yank my hoodie up to resemble the Grand Reaper. I was saying shit. I was just, man.
That was a dope track.
That was a dope track. But it inspired me, man. It let me know there's more room for improvement, man. Like to get different opinions that somebody said that, hey, he got you. You know what I'm saying? And as you did your motherfucking thing on that. No matter whatever I said, this your cadence, the pocket that you was in, your word choice. You even, you know what I'm saying, going first. It ain't no excuse. You did your thing, bro. And I appreciate you doing that. Because it made me, you know what I'm saying, want to tighten my shit up. It knocked me off my high horse at that time. I'm like, nah, I got to get better,
Yeah, so, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Why don't you, what's up with y'all two doing an unfriendly competition, huh?
Man, it's a lot different time. It's a lot different time for me.
Yeah. What, every 4 years like the Olympics, huh? I'm gonna throw it back at you.
It's a lot different time. I'll be so busy. But I do tracks here and there.
I just want to do a plug real quick. Our other best friend, shout out to the Elite Circle. Me, S, Ruga, and Snake. We all a group of best friends for 10 years. We call ourselves the Elite Circle. Me and Snake doing a project together, and S is all over it. So you want to talk about that a little bit, S? Or
yeah, it's gonna be a project they bringing out. I did a few features on. It's gonna be coming out. It's from how you described it, it's a celebration of the circle and the friendship.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's a celebration of our 10-year friendship, man. And it's a personal thing. It's a fun thing. We came up together as like real friends. We done got into it and had disagreements and all type of stuff. And
and through checkers, fry boxes, Lunchables, and each other have been back cool the same day.
Don't embarrass us. Nah, yeah, man. But we all best friends, and it's just a tribute to our friendship. But that's like on four or five songs. She like on four songs. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah. But speaking of that,
what's up with that? Y'all ain't got that Solomon Grunge heat on there. You ain't got no Solomon Grunge beats. What's up?
Shit, send some beats. Let's go.
So you need a Solomon bonus track or a few.
Let's go. I'm open. Y'all talking it up like this. I'm ready to jump on it.
All right, hop on that. Let's go. You know how we do.
You see, I get my plug in when I can. I'm trying to get in there.
Hey, you in there, Solomon? Like you for real, dead ass. So we got you. Yeah, man. So going back to by intake S, who had the best verse between the Mogul and?
They gonna put me on the seat.
Wow.
It was a back and forth type of thing. Let's see. Mogul had some lines on there. He had some lines. Yes, man. I'm gonna take the camera off me because this. You trying to make it happen.
He shied up on you on that one.
It was back and forth. It was back and forth. I'm gonna get that one to Mogul on that.
I appreciate that. You know, it's hard for me to talk about that because I'm gonna tell y'all something. If we're gonna be all the way transparent, you know, if you just listen to the album, whoever's viewing this, just listen to the album, listen to that song. I break it all down, so I ain't gonna go into all that. But I am gonna say after the album, I got stuck on that song one day, right? And I was confident after the album dropped, all that shit. I get stuck on a song one day, you know, maybe about a month ago or whatever. I'm like, damn, this nigga snapping, man. I'm like, Automatic Chappy, he kind of snapping real quick. Did he did he do it?
You question it, huh?
You know, I kind of had to. It's neck to neck, man. It really is neck to neck, man. Automatic, man. He brung his shit. Man. He really did.
Yeah. Y'all
so
complimented each other.
Yeah, we complimented each other. So it could go either way. But I appreciate that. You know, I ain't gonna ask Solomon that question. We already, you know, he talked to me already in the back room already.
Ah, man, no, don't put me. Listen, I ain't getting in none of that.
Yeah. It's sticky, man, because that's the bro. Just like I was sticky with me and you, but it's neck to neck. It's cool. It made a good record.
Yeah. I said I had to say that for UC too.
Unfriendly. Should I do an unfriendly competition and just do a song with everybody? Like everybody that I know, you know what I'm saying? Solomon make all the beats. We just
all right, sign me up.
You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, we could get a limpid feel of producers, however it happened, to see if Mogul could keep up with all y'all.
Let's go.
You know, there's so many ways we could go with that. But yeah, any other songs you want to touch on? Any other things you got?
You said any other songs? With the song, I know you mentioned them at the end, Lazy, the last call.
Last call, yeah. Lazy was dope for coming in on the end on that one. So we had an open verse on that one, you know, and we reached out to Lazy on that. You know, he was actually our first pick when we reached out to him, and he came through and he killed it. We were shocked with what he put down. So, you know, it was amazing to see them two work together because, you know, he may not speak on it right now. I ain't gonna try to throw it out there, but there's some things in the work between those two coming sooner than later. So keep an ear out for it.
All right, so these are some good plugs right here. Good plugs.
And that's the way it goes. Every album plugs the next ones.
It is so natural. It's like it ain't like we tried. It's like me and Lazy, we're gonna come out with a project later on this year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in the fall. We almost done with it. But he's producing all the beats. He rapping on it as well. And it's called It's Forever Too Late. So that'll be dropping. We got all type of stuff going on, you know. Solomon hot to the motherfucker right now. What you just dropped, Solomon? What you just dropped, man? Please.
I'll tell you, within the next month, the 1970 Throwback is coming out. New instrumental project from Solomon Grunge. You've got community service. So for those that don't know, I've been pulling together the team. This started pre-COVID, slowly working through COVID and working after COVID. I got multiple team members on this project dropping. I got one song that has every single person on it dropping 8 bars, one after another. Song is amazing. It's called Social. It's so amazing. It's watching everybody go in and show off on it. I can't wait to drop that. Oh yeah, I gotta give a plug out to Mogul. Mogul is doing an online show at the end of the month. Shout out to Anna and Free the People. Go to his page for the link. Check out Free the People, Poetry and Flows on Instagram. They got a nice movement out in Cali. They open it up. They got a projector shooting on the wall in an alleyway. and they're going to be having people perform all across the world. And Mogul got a set on there, so some good stuff coming up from the team. Really good stuff.
Free the people in Anna, you know what I'm saying? I'm going, really put that show on Solomon on the beats. You know what I'm saying? We just working together, just plugging each other, and it's just a blessing. Things just happen organically. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna stay smooth. Hey, shout out to the project Solomon and his boy Sonny dropped too. Can you please tell me about that?
Oh yeah, me and my man Sonny Teray just dropped the project right after the Mogul project got dropped with him. Hotline, that's out available. So go to your favorite streaming platform or YouTube. Go throw Solomon Grunge in there. You're gonna catch Solomon Grunge and Automatic Champion, Solomon Grunge and the Mogul, Solomon Grunge and Sonny Teray. You're gonna catch the Solomon Grunge history lesson, Solomon Grunge sweet chin music. It's all out there available. Just go Google Solomon Grunge and have a ball. You're gonna see all kinds of good stuff.
This the Solomon show. He said he got the Solomon show, the whole discography.
It's about the fucking producer. It's about to put. I'm trying to tell you.
Here we go.
I have to exclude myself as a rapper. It's about the producer. I don't give a fuck about CL Smooth. I care about Pete Rock. Okay. hey.
Respect to CL Smooth though.
Respect to CL Smooth. One love. But we just gonna call a fucking spade a spade. I love Gangstar Guru in my heart forever. But I was always allured to DJ Premier. I'm following DJ Premier, rest in peace Guru. I'm following, DJ Paul. I'm following Timbaland. The producer for me is very important. You know what I'm saying? Because I need that beat. It's gonna move me the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. It's, rappers get their thing going. They do their thing and they could definitely shine. But the producers is the heartbeat, man, of the whole shit, in my opinion, man. For real. Yeah. I made beats too, so But
right. So he's talking about himself too. Look at him.
Talking about myself.
Throw his own play.
if I didn't make beats, I probably would have said that. How about that? but shout out to Solomon, man. Man, people don't like me. They come to me and say, "Oh, you got something else out? It's Solomon on it. It's Solomon on it." You get some beats from your boy. You doing something with your boy? I ain't gonna down myself like this, but this is a good example. When Guru went to Jazzmatize, I was like, get your ass back to DJ Premier. Okay? Now I ain't doing no Jazzmatize on the side, but I'm just saying, it's important, But speaking on stuff that's on the side, I got a project, another project coming out actually this week, Wednesday, May 19th on my birthday. It's called Year of the Mogul, 10 songs. If you listen to it for some reason, I'm talking about both of my styles that I've been, crafted in and mastering in. And just to lay it on thick a little bit, this hip hop shit is always room for improvement, but that's my lane, you know what I'm saying? But when people put me in a box, as a rapper, as a competitive, it made me feel away because I know I could all things do mics that strip this me, okay? So the trap beats, the ratchet songs, the hi-hats, the club bangers, all that shit, I could do that too. I don't want to I refuse to allow the hip hop society to typecast me. You might have your favorite mogul, but you better believe the mogul that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's that different style, my 3-6 style. So, everybody got their own ears, so that's about to drop. Like I said, man, Snake got something going on, man. Lazy got something going on. So man, just stay tuned, man. Man, Solomon gonna lock in again. Don't worry. For some odd reason, we'll be locking in again.
Yeah, I see what you're doing there.
This shit ain't gonna never stop, yo.
The quarantine got motherfuckers busy out here.
Right.
Yeah. They in the house working.
Perfect time. I took a break from being serious. I said, I'm tired of being serious about music. I wanted to just be myself and just love and have fun. And I was able to do that. And still to this day with my dear friend, my brother Solomon, you know what I'm saying? That's why the music came out this way. I had to evolve. You know what I'm saying? Not looking for no more validation. Not giving a fuck how great, how old I get. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna let my kids be better than me in rap. I gotta be the best to the end. But it's fun though. You know, it's good. It's positive. It's not. It's not like, oh my God, I ain't get a distribution deal or all that. No, who cares? Do this.
You
video.
are the distribution deal.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 653. 653.
Sometimes you gotta be the best, even if you gotta knock the Mr. Microphone out your son's hand and tell him
Frank
and tell him you ain't out rapping me. I imagine
Get that shit out of here.
I imagine that's what Michael Jordan did to his son's first shot. He probably blocked his son's first little Tykes shot.
Right.
On the little Tykes rim, he blocked his first shot.
Yeah.
He gave up on basketball, started selling shoes. He said, "Fuck that."
Damn.
Real quick, just to touch on a few other songs, because you know all these songs we got unconditional love for. You know, you ain't gonna like everything, but you know, just from the consensus from Voice Your Opinion, you know what I'm saying? 653, you know, help me out, Solomon, whatever.
Speak on
My God, Takadoc. We got a little everything on there, man. I'm trying to think of some of the other cuts off the top of my head.
Yeah,
put me on the spotlight. Yeah. Takadoc came in and did a thing, man.
She did her things. Yeah.
Respect to everybody that came through and showed off on the album. The album is dope, and it wouldn't have been as dope without those guest appearances on there. You know, so that was respect.
No, yeah, and we got to touch on Mike, guys. You know, and that's okay if that wasn't your favorite S. It's all good. But Mike, guys,
it's the whole collective work. Like I said, everybody got tracks that they love.
Yeah.
You definitely giving respect to all the artists because the whole album was definitely dope.
Respect.
Sure. Appreciate that. Yeah, you know. Yeah, Mike, guys, was you know, that's me and Reese, you know what I'm saying? We came with it, you know, automatic tell. He said, man, every time I hear you do a song with Reese, it just seems like you just step it up a notch. I mean, I know who I'm on a song with, you know what I'm saying? Reese, he you know, he one of the ones. You gotta come correct. And 653, you know, one of my personal favorites as well, just the whole vibe, you know, what I'm talking about, the Hispanic, the R&B, you know, we just could go on and on about the nuance, the assembly of all these songs, you know what I'm saying, from the beats and the chemistry and shit. So I just wanted to touch on, you know, as much as I can about the album because it's definitely there to me, man. People, lives is changing, man. I had a coworker listening to the Faithful interlude, and he was just like, man, this is my favorite song. You know? Like he really touched them. The interlude.
Good.
That's what's up.
This is now what were you about to say? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you good.
Solomon, you was about to speak.
I'm just bigging up what he's saying. Good.
Yeah, it's definitely good. It's great to see this type of passion about your album, about from both of y'all about this album. It's good to see that. I mean, that y'all love what y'all do, and this is the craft, and it's not just about the finished product. It's about putting the work in, laying down the verses, getting samples for the beat, and perfecting beats. Is about putting the work in as well. And it's great to see that y'all love putting that work in and getting that
journey.
Yeah, getting that gratification from just doing what you love. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man up is another
KeefeK.
KeefeK, we want to shout out everything that's a part of this project. KeefeK, man, I met him at Mr. G's, you know, probably in 2012 or something, man. We was like, and I was coming there to do that little 3-6 Mafia style, you know, and because that's what everybody was doing, right? And KeefeK was the first dude to perform, and he did some hip hop shit, man, and he killed that shit. And I gravitated to him. I'm like, damn, bro, I didn't even know it's possible to even do a song like that in this type of venue because that's all they was catering to. And he just showed me a thing or two to just be yourself and do what you want to do. It's okay to do the 3-6, but do it if you want to do it. Don't do it for nobody else. So we end up doing a song 10 years, almost 10 years later. But we always kept in contact and we supported each other. You know what I'm saying? So Man Up is an important song. I mentioned shout out to Snake, that story took place in his house. You have to listen to the song to get the story and understand what it is. But Man Up is self-explanatory. Be a man, be respectful, and you're gonna get the respect. And Keefe K, he is vulnerable. I want us men to show some vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? So that was something. Cold Switch. You know what I'm saying? It's all type of shit on there, man.
Yeah.
It was definitely a rain. It was a lot of. It was some stories and different moments in life and emotions on that album, and that was all organic. And then along with the organic production, it just came together well.
Yeah, man.
It was a good time. It was a good time, and it was a nice photo album for what we did at that time to set us up for what we're doing next, man. Really enjoyed it. And respect to Mogul for working with me on this. Like he said, it was blood, sweat, and tears. We was at each other's necks part of the time. We love each other like brothers. It is what it is. We keep it moving and keep it going.
That's what teammates. That's what teammates do, man. Teammates fight from time to time.
Yeah. It made us stronger, man. We understand each other. We know we locked in, man. It's my bro, man. For real.
Right.
Solomon Grunge,
The Mogul.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I ain't gonna hold the podcast up, man. I could go on and on for the rest of my life about this project.
No, we ain't do
that.
You're not holding nothing up. We got all the time. Let's say all the time in the world.
Yeah, just everybody check it out, man. This thing gonna be in rotation forever. This album gonna be coming back into fruition forever. You know what I'm saying? And every time it come in, you're gonna hear the stories. You're gonna hear everything that come along with it. Voice your opinion. Listen, like it's just one of them things. Like you gotta be there to understand it. Being there is actually listening to the songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to spoil it. It's like telling a book because it's kind of like a hip hop audible type of book too, you know what I'm saying? And just locking in with Solomon and talking about just everything around the board, man. It's just a lifesaver for hip hop.
I'll tell you, with this album, one of the best ways to listen to it is in a full sit down. So if you're on your way to driving somewhere for a minute, put it on. If you're chilling out, you twisting something, you sipping something, you got your CBD, whatever, relax, put it on. It's a story, it's a movie. Sit it down like you're about to watch Avengers or something. You're going to get into it.
Yeah. We appreciate you, S, for sitting down, checking it out.
Respect.
For real. Definitely. Destination Bars, man.
Yeah, and to be on the inaugural Destination Bars, man, that's respect. Thank you for opening the doors with us. Can't wait to see what you got coming next, man. And we all like he said earlier, we always doing something. So anytime you need some fresh meat to throw at the fan, we here.
Oh yeah, definitely. We gonna throw something else on the grill. Definitely. We got. Y'all cut the ribbon on the Destination Bars. It's definitely gonna be more episodes of Destination Bars.
Yes, sir.
In-depth conversations on albums and hip hop in general.
Yeah. I can't wait, man. We're gonna support you. Everything you're doing, man, we're gonna support it. Even if, you ain't got nothing to do with it, we still gonna support you, bro. And get your numbers up and get our people to your people and all that, man. Destination Bars is important, bro. Ain't nobody doing this.
Right.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna have links in the bottom so y'all can check out these projects from Solomon, Grunge, and the Mogul.
For some even reason.
We definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in to the very first episode of Destination Bars. As always, YouTube, I'm your host, Extravagant. You got the Mogul and Solomon Grunge in here. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Everybody watching.
Respect.
To everybody watching, y'all do something freaky to that like and subscribe button. and put your comments down in the comments section. Until next time, YouTube, we out.
Peace.